welcome to Newsline. Today, a Qantas flight takes a plunge, 3 Crown bouncers charged over the death of a patron, and Sarah Palin bows out of the US presidential race.
First up, Apple co-founder Steve Jobs has died today at the age of 56 after a long battle with pancreatic cancer. Jobs started the world's most powerful computer company in a garage in 1976. Apple's website describes Jobs as a visionary and creative genius. Prime Minister Julia Gillard says that Jobs literally changed our world. The industry icon leaves behind his wife, Loren, and 4 children.
Qantas passengers received a scare this morning when a Perth-bound flight was forced into an emergency landing after an engine stalled mid-flight. Passengers say they heard a loud bang and felt the plane drop mid-air. They were then told the plane was turning back for an emergency landing in Newman before arriving in Perth 3 hours later.
The smart meters installed in Victoria are not compatible with the national broadband network and might have just a 15-year lifespan. Communications analyst Paul Budd says the cost of the smart meter program would be cut by more than $5 million if the devices worked with broadband. So far, 800,000 meters have been installed, with more than 1 million to go.
3 bouncers have been charged over the death of a man at Crown earlier this year. 40-year-old Anthony Dunning of Ferntree Gully suffered a heart attack following a dispute with the bouncers who allegedly held him to the casino floor on the 3rd of July. Homicide squad detectives today charged a 26-year-old Hoppers Crossing man with manslaughter. The 2 other bouncers have been charged with assault.
Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin has announced she won't be competing for the 2012 Republican presidential nomination. In a letter to supporters, Palin announced she'll instead be putting her family first. Palin's decision not to run comes a day after New Jersey Governor Chris Christie announced he won't be entering the 2012 race, saying it's not his time.
German officials have renewed their hunt for the last Nazi war criminals alive. A new legal precedent has led investigators to examine hundreds of cold case files in the hope of bringing more suspected criminals to justice. Earlier this year, a German court convicted John Demjanjuk for accessory to more than 28,000 murders. Nazi hunters say they will fast-track the investigation to catch the last dozens of Nazis still alive.
The 85-year-old Duchess of Alba says she might sue a Spanish magazine for publishing a 30-year-old photo of her topless on a beach. The photo was splashed on the magazine cover on the eve of the Duchess's marriage to a man 25 years her junior. And now to sport with Elizabeth O'Neill.
Greg Norman has declared that fallen #1 golfer Tiger Woods will never win another major. Norman believes Woods has too many distractions to deal with these days and will be unable to find his form again now that golf is not his main priority. Woods has fired back at Norman, saying he's ready to prove him and the other doubters wrong when he heads to Australia for the Australian Open and President's Cup in November. Australia's Bernard Tomic has shattered Japan's hopes in the Japan Open in Tokyo last night. The 18-year-old Australian defeated Japanese wildcard Tatsuma Ito 6-7, 6-1, 7-5. The win sets Tomic up for a third-round match with 4th-seeded American Mardy Fish, who eliminated Ernest Gulbis of Latvia in straight sets. And that's all for sport.
Melbourne today with scattered showers and a top of 20 degrees. Tomorrow it will be partly cloudy with the chance of thunderstorms, reaching a maximum of 19 degrees. In Geelong today it was mostly cloudy with isolated showers and a top of 19 degrees. Tomorrow the region will reach a maximum of 18 degrees with scattered showers during the afternoon and evening.
And that's all we have time for. I hope you can join Newsline again tomorrow. Have a great evening.